So this tutorial is separate just because a lot goes into making a corset and buying all the supplies. So now that we're past that already, I hope you've already made your pattern. I've made a test piece. So you can see it's just scraps of fabric. I didn't care what material it was, if it was a pattern, if I had enough, didn't care. I cut it out and made it into a test piece. So anyway, practice piece done. You can see that I did alter it a bit. All of the blue thread is where I had to take it in a bit and make it fit a little more snugly. Once you have it completely fitted to your body and everything perfect, go ahead and lay out your paper patterns back over it and cut them down to the size you altered it to. So for this harness, the front right here, I'm going to buy a busk for it. So take this measurement right here and purchase a busk in that size. I'm pretty sure busks only come in inch increments, like 6 inches, 7 inches. So make sure you don't make this some weird length, okay? You don't need a busk, but it is going to be a lot easier to take on and off. My main problem is with the lacing. Because normal corsets, they lace up the back, right? Down the middle seam. But wings are going to be there. So my decision is I'm going to do double lacings up the side seams. So my laces are actually going to be all the way down this seam and this seam, okay? You're going to need boning for this piece right here, this front side seam, and then where the actual side seam is, where I'm going to have the lacing, I'm going to need 2 bones, 1 for each side. Then 1 for this back side seam, that's 5. Nothing down the main back because I'm actually going to insert a full length of my back plexiglass plate that I'm actually going to secure the wings onto. Now here's where the argument lies, because there is spiral steel boning and then there is flat boning. I always go with flat boning. It is less maneuverable because it's flat. Flat boning only bends forward and backwards. Spiral steel boning bends forward, backwards, side to side. So it gives support but more flexibility, which is what we don't want. So I'm buying everything in 1/4 inch flat steel boning. They have 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, and honestly it seems like 1/2 inch would be more supportive. It's not. Anything 1/2 inch can do, 1/4 inch can do just fine. Other than that, you're going to need rivets to put the lacing down, and you're going to need some lacing. I would suggest getting actual corset lacing because it is very strong. You can pull it really tight and it's going to suck everything in and not break. Anything else like shoelaces or ribbons, they're not going to hold nearly as well that you want it to. Okay, so here's my little busk. These are my bones. The 2 long ones are for the back side seams back here. And then the short ones go for the front. These are going to go on the sides, and they're actually, I've never seen bones like this before. They actually have the holes right in them so you can put the rivets to make them super sturdy, because usually what you do is you just take 2 bones and you place them side by side on the very edge of your corset, and then you put the rivets in between them to make them sturdy. But I saw these on the website and I was like, those look extra sturdy, I'm gonna get those. So these came in pairs. I got 2 pairs, 4 total, because I needed to get 2 to go on each side for my lacing. 1 pair was $5. So that's kind of a lot, because regular boning, like the small ones, were 50 cents each and the big ones were 75 cents each. And I got this antique gold looking rivets. I made sure that the size of these holes fit this size of rivet. Oh, rivets, they're called grommet and washers, apparently. These are size 00 and they're a decent size. They're the larger, not the super tiny ones. Lastly, I got 2 strips of lacing. They're 5 yards each and they have little plastic tips on them just for ease, I guess. Total was $51.45. It's kind of a lot. I don't care, it's done. This is what I wanted. If you want to go the cheaper route, you can save a lot of money by skipping on the busk and definitely not upgrading for the little ones with the holes in it. So this is my main fabric, the self. It's kind of an aged leather-ish looking material, but it's not leather. It's actually kind of thin. It's some sort of cotton something. Don't even know, didn't have a label, but this is the look of what I wanted. And then for the lining of the corset, denim weave is really thick and it's really sturdy. It doesn't stretch this way, doesn't stretch lengthwise. It's solid, it's going to hold your corset in place. But since we're supporting wings with this corset, we are going to strengthen this puppy up like no other. So I also cut out 2 things of interfacing. stiffener. What is this stuff called? I don't know, okay? It's not the iron-on stuff. I don't like that stuff. So it's just the type you gotta sew in. You do this for every piece of your corset, okay? Everything is super, super sturdy. That wraps up this informational video. I think the next video in this series is going to be actually constructing of the wing harness. And in that I am showing you how to build a corset, except in my case this is a wing harness, but it still works as a corset. Oh, that was long. Okay, that's it. Peace.